This new moon is the biggie. Allow the momentum to flow. We are at critical point this week. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lucy Davis, and once again, it's time to talk about the new moon that is incoming in just a couple of days from where we are now. First and foremost, again, I feel like I'm constantly on the naughty step at the moment. I am going to send huge apologies for not filming this earlier. The last week has been an extremely intense period of time for myself. I'm sure you guys are feeling it too. But on a personal level, I've had to focus on things other than doing videos. Fortunately, unfortunately, whichever way you want to look at that. So my huge apologies, this isn't going out until the 20th of March. Now, for me personally, I'm filming this on Sunday, the 19th of March. And if by any stretch of the imagination I can get this out today, I will do. But to manage expectations, it may well be coming out on the 20th of March. And the new moon is happening on the 21st. We have got a huge, and I mean a huge week this week coming. If you haven't felt the ripples of change taking place all around you already, then I don't know what rock you've been living under. It's been absolutely massive what has been taking place here. Now, before I go any further, I am so excited to say that we have launched Soul School 3 this week, just gone. If you go to the description field, you will be able to find out more information about that. Also, I'm excited to say that Self-Love Club membership waiting list is now out there as well. If you would like to get signed up for that, please do click on the link in the description field and you will be able to come to our welcome call, which is happening on the 31st of May, 2023. Self-Love Club membership only opens its doors once a year for a few days, and then we lock it back down again. It's a very exclusive 12-month program where you get to work with yours truly. And if you want to change your whole life, I don't mean just a quick fix, I mean like change your whole life, going to the cellular level of you to really create change, that is the program for you. I only do one intake a year, and it's normally on the 1st of June. However, this year I'm doing it on the 31st of May so that we can give people an extra day or so to be able to enjoy the content leading up to the first call. So how are you? How have things been in your world? Like I say, it has been absolutely crazy here. There has been so much happening on such a beautiful, energetic level. Like, we are all being shown to level up big time at the moment. And this is even more exciting as we are getting towards the end of March now. This new moon energy is going to bring in a whole new array of areas for us to take a look at. So without further ado, let's go deep on the new moon. Okay, so as I always say, the new moons mark a new beginning. Okay, and this new moon comes literally the day after the spring equinox, which basically means we are springing. We're like bouncing into spring now. You know, it's the time for plants to show their new buds and new birth appearing in the animal kingdom. This is the time. I don't know if you guys are seeing that the bird kingdom and the animal kingdom are just starting to get a little bit frisky again. This is as we are stepping into, you know, this beautiful springtime. Now, here in Spain, as you guys know, this is the first winter stepping into spring that I've had in Spain, and oh my gosh, it has been amazing. The temperatures out there have been absolutely stunning, and I'm really happy to say that the skies have been really beautifully clear. Back home in the UK, whenever I go back there is a lot of chemicals being sprayed in the skies, whereas here at the moment it really does seem like we are getting away with that, which is absolutely amazing. So let's talk more about this new moon. So this new moon is going to bring reactive behavior to the surface. Yes, I know there is going to be a lot of reactivity. If you are somebody who gets trigger happy, and you get feisty under the, you know, under pressure, and you perhaps you don't deal very well with the intensity of what's been taking place, I am going to really recommend that over the coming couple of weeks, that you pick your battles very carefully, and you learn how to breathe, my friends. Like, you learn how to do breath work exercises to be able to neutralize you. We are all being tested to the max right now. Okay, we are having these situations and these circumstances create a pressure within us. What they're showing me as I'm just talking through this now is like a pressure cooker, something coming, you know, the old-fashioned kettles that used to woo, like make that noise when it got to boiling point. That is how this new moon is going to bring things. We have no option but to heal right now. Now, if healing means us having a massive explosion to be able to get there, or recognizing how quickly we get triggered, or how quickly we become feisty and intense and, you know, in people's faces, then that is what is going to happen. You are going to have many situations being put in front of you, you know, many situations that are coming up for healing. Maybe you're somebody who's had, issues with money, and I'm not necessarily talking i.e. your skin. I'm talking about people keep asking for money, people keep begging you for different things. Please know you are going to get tested to the max under this new moon. This new moon is the biggie. This March was always going to be such an explosive month, and my goodness, has it been that. Like, honestly, guys, you're going to laugh at some point in the future when I share everything that has gone on this month. It's hilarious. So choose your path wisely, okay? Allow yourself to breathe, step away and then come back. Now, obviously, as we are going through, and we're going to be seeing people's reactivity, I asked somewhere recently, I can't remember if it was here on YouTube or on Instagram, if people are seeing much more anger out there. And the answer was absolutely yes. We're seeing people like lose their temper very, very quickly, and like, oh, well, where did that come from kind of behavior. So it's very important now that we recognize where we're being triggered. We recognize that we're being reactive. We recognize that we're stepping into anger and feisty behavior and low vibration behavior. And we step into our courage, which is another really powerful word that came through when I was channeling this new moon. We step up into our courage, the courage of the lion. We need to be calling on the courage of the lion for us to be able to not necessarily be strong and raw, but be able to say, hey, you know what? I had a massive reaction then. My reaction was uncalled for. My reaction was an overreaction or whatever. Okay, we need to have the courage to be able to stand in our truth, stand up for what we believe in, put beautiful boundaries in place, but also very much say to people, I messed up. Like I said, new moons are very much about new beginnings. Now, this new moon has a whole new intensity that isn't just necessarily around anger and feistiness, but it's an intensity that is going to help you actually see projects through to fruition. So if you are in a space right now whereby you are initiating new products, somebody clearly needed to hear that, or projects, which is the word that I did want to say, it's now about making sure that our goals have been set very, very clearly so that these projects can have the impact of the universe and the flow underneath it and that imprintation in the quantum field to be able to bring it to fruition for you. We are going where we have not been before, energetically, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. We are going to places, we are vibrating at a frequency that we've never been able to do before. Mama G is purging. She is purging, which is why we're starting to see natural disasters. And I see a lot more natural disasters coming up over the coming weeks. Now, she is purging. We are purging. Like, we're purging all of our healing. We're purging our darkness. We're purging everything else. And just talking of the word healing, on Tuesday, the 21st of March, of course, on new moon, I am going to be running a healing event in the evening. It's the evening Spain/UK time. It's a 2-hour event. You need to head over to Eventbrite to get your tickets, and you will be able to join us on that event. Do sign up if you are keen. It is recorded, so you will get a copy, but you do need to sign up before the event to get a copy of that. Okay, so we are going to see a much more unified front. There is going to be unification. There is going to be love. There is going to be healing. Like I said, we are going where we have not been before. So what that means is we're shedding all of the old. We're shedding all of the attachments. We're shedding all of the people and the things that have actually held us back. We're clearing that stagnant energy of the winter. We are rising in unification. We are rising in a united front. We are coming together in love and healing. Procrastination and staleness, we will be able to choose to step away from if we choose. You can't literally just wake up one day and be like, I'm no longer going to procrastinate unless you take the action. However, if you're like, you know what, I'm tired of my old self, procrastinating, putting things off, being stale, I'm tired of that. Know that you can step away with it. Know that you can step away from it with ease and grace. Now, this might be good, this might be bad, ladies and gents. To my empaths out there, this is a warning for you. We are going to be much more connected over the next few weeks with how each other is feeling. So if you're a sensitive little flower like me, although I don't come across like it, ladies and gents, if you're a sensitive little flower like me and you feel every single person's energy in the room and you know if somebody's sad, you know if somebody's happy, please know that you're going to be feeling it even more intensely over the coming weeks. Now, like I say, there's going to be some men out there going, oh my God, my wife, my girlfriend, my partner, or my sister, my mum, you know, oh God, I'm going to have to deal with much more sensitivity. Now, I'm not saying there's going to be a lot more crying or anything like that. I'm just saying we are going to be literally feeling each other. We're coming online to a higher vibration. So by default of that, of course, we are feeling everything that each other is feeling. So have a level of consciousness on this. It's very, very, very important. Now, a big thing for this new moon is around intention setting. And I mentioned the word goals a short time ago. People at different vibrations would use different words. So, you know, my old 3D corporate place of work would definitely be goal driven. However, my life these days is much more intention driven. So what do you want or choose for your life or your future life? How many of you started a resolution come January and, oh, by the 5th of January, it was done? How many of you let yourself down with those changes? Now, why on earth do people try and change things in the bitter cold of the winter? Like, it's a bit different in the southern hemisphere, but in the northern hemisphere, it's the bitter cold. People want to give up drinking. They want to give up eating too much food. And actually, it's probably not the right time. This is the time. Recognize where you have had little to no discipline. Recognize where you have been holding yourself back and allow this energy behind you to give you a good kick start. This is intentions for your life. What is your intention? What do you want to create? How do you see your life going? Allow the momentum to flow. Explore it all. Explore the good, bad, and the ugly. The intentions that you are setting are being set on a collective consciousness level. We are going to be rising to a whole new level of consciousness. This is a new start for mankind. I cannot say this enough. We are at critical point this week. We have got, you know, we've got this beautiful spring equinox. We've then got the new moon. We then have these optional, you know, shifts of consciousness that we can either choose to buy into or not this week. Now, your ego will be piping right now. Your ego will be piping. You want to be seen. You want to be heard. These last moments of healing are bringing it all up for you. Why is this person not giving me attention? Why is this person not responding to my email? Why is this person not doing what I want them to do? Take time out if you are feeling things coming up for you. Breathe, like I said earlier on in the video. Allow yourself to calm, ground, and be present with yourself. Now, what was really interesting, I went out for lunch with Charlie's wife, David, and I, and some of Charlie's family earlier today. And, you know, there was a situation that was bubbling under for David. And, you know, he showed me a message that he got when we were out at lunch. And I said to him, you know, just let's just leave it till after we've had lunch. And he's like, yeah, you're right. Put it down. And the first thing that I said to him as we were walking back along the beach, I was like, babe, kick your shoes off and just ground. Just ground and just calm and just be present with yourself. It's very important that we need to get on top of this because we've got this feisty, intense, trigger happy energy going on. We will have reactions over very, very insignificant things. They seem significant at the time, but tomorrow you'll look back and you'll be like, why did I do that? Recognize the level of overthinking that you are having in your life right now. I am a bugger for overthinking. Honestly, ask David. I am a bugger for overthinking. I always have been an overthinker, and I can look after it and control it 99 times out of 100. But at the same time, I do still have that kicking in. So if you are one of those people that has that also, please recognize that this is going to be coming to the surface a lot more. This is coming to the surface for you, for your healing. I just had to stop the video there briefly because Mahoney came back in. So rather than him making clatter and banging noises, I decided to pause the video. So I'm back. Okay, so the next word that came through as I was channeling this information was clarity. It is time to see honestly what reality actually is. It's time to see everything the way that it was intended for us to see, not under this illusion in which we have been living. The veil is thinning massively. We have got to a point now where it is time for us to choose. All of the truths are coming to the surface. Now that's in every area of the world and every area of life, not just the political realm. And I need you guys to grab this. It's not just about the politics and, you know, the stuff that's come through the truth movement over the last 3 years. Can you believe it's been 3 years since we first got locked down? How crazy. So what we're talking about now is looking yourself in the mirror and actually seeing the truth of who you are. Looking at the truth of your families, your past relationships, your money situations, the trauma that's coming in at you, and all of these other areas of your life. This is what is important. So many people are focusing on the truth that's coming through the truth movement, and then they're missing the vital points of it's about you. It's you against you. It's you linking into God to be able to progress. There is a mass awakening taking place on the planet. I cannot say to you, people are waking up all over the world very, very quickly. They're being awakened right now. Also, as the awakening is happening, there is many, many people on the planet that are going through their dark night of the soul. Now, I will link back to a video that David and I did around Dark Night of the Soul. Now, some of you will be going through a Dark Night of the Soul without even realizing that you're going through it, because it's not that bad. But please do recognize everything is going to continue to be dredged to the surface for you until you start to get the memos. We need to be cleaning up our act, or we're going to miss this first wave of stepping into this beautiful new earth that we are creating. Talking about creativity was another word that came through massively. Like I said earlier, if you've got a project that you are thinking about, or there is something that's been bubbling under the surface for you, please get off your backside and get it done now. The universe, God, the energies are really holding us and helping us become super accountable for the things that we've been given. Now, I've spoken about this recently in videos. Your imagination, the things that just pop in your mind and you're like, wow, where did that come from? They are messages from God. They are what I call downloads. This is the information that God is saying, hey, this is your mission. Go forth. Prove to me that you can do it. You promised me you could do it. Prove to me that you can go and do it. Now, 99 out of 100 people will sit there and be like, oh, I don't know where that came from. God, I'd never know how to do that. And they become lazy and they don't take the opportunity that has been presented to them. Opportunities are being presented left, right, and center right now. It's a case of us grabbing them with both hands and running towards it. Now, many people are opting for the three-dimensional route. Oh, well, I've got this thing that I can sell, or I've got this time that I can sell, and this is the money that I want for it. A lot of people are missing the memos of how you can create a business off of nothing right now. You can literally have an idea and create a YouTube channel or create something that can then be an amazing source of income for you. So please get off your tushes, recognize the creativity and the imagination is bringing these opportunities into you. Now, as we're stepping into these higher frequencies, this high level of consciousness, what comes with that is unconditional love. Unconditional love is going to be a huge thread going through the next few months as we ascend to a level of consciousness whereby the anger, the resentment, the hurt, the shame, all of those vibrations, if you choose to leave them behind by cleaning your act up and getting your stuff together, you will be able to step into a space of unconditional love. And I am excited for that world. I don't know about you guys, but for me, the love vibration is far easier to stay in than the one of anger or the one of hurt or the one of shame or the one of guilt or the one of resentment. As soon as you release those heavier energies, life becomes so much easier. It's just sometimes we choose, because we're a bit sick as humans, we're a little bit sick, that we go back and we get comfortable in an area whereby actually we're not comfortable at all, but because it's so familiar, we go to our familiar past rather than the unknown future. I hope this is making sense to you. Do comment below under this video if it is making sense, or indeed if you need further clarity. The spiritual journey, and now I don't really like to use the word spiritual. I have to use it so you guys know what I'm talking about, because I can't think of another word really. Consciousness is another word I prefer to use, but the spiritual journey is going to a whole new level for people right now. We are going to be creating literally whatever we want, but we have to choose this. If you are choosing to be somebody who wants to step into love and feel this vibration of unconditional love, by default, your spiritual journey is going to be being kickstarted. Like I said, there is a mass awakening taking place around the world right now. It's not just in the UK, it's not just in Spain, which is where I am. It's everywhere. People are coming online to the truth, and this is the fundamental of it all. An awakening happens because of the truth coming to the surface. Now, that doesn't mean the politics, like I say, or the truth about the children. It means the truth that resides within you being activated and bringing it to the surface. Now, as you guys know, and I mentioned at the start of this video, Soul School is a really great place for that to take place. It's about activating your soul to remember your truth, to be able to go on and do whatever it is that you agreed to come down here for. Now, I'm not just saying this because I've got a healing event on Tuesday, but there is a whole new wave of healing energy for you to take, to grab with both hands and run with it this month. The next 10 or so days after new moon is going to see a level of healing, which is why I'm doing the healing event on the new moon. It's just interesting. I wanted from a human level to do it on the 15th of March, but my guides were very, very clear that it had to be done on Tuesday, the 21st of March. I was going to say October then, March. And the reason that was given, I didn't know at the time it was new moon, but I just got told that that's when the healing energy is going to be at its most potent. So we are going to use that energy. We are going to utilize that energy and make sure that we can create whatever it is purely by feeling it within our vessels and being able to take that forwards. Now, over the last few videos that I've done, I've very much spoken about the self-love, recognizing the love that you need for self to be able to create. So that means focusing more on your health, focusing more on eating the right foods, focusing more on removing the lower vibrations like the alcohols, the cigarettes, the drugs, the promiscuous behavior, those kind of things, the porn, that kind of stuff. It's about removing those things from your life and recognizing that's the love of self, the love of honoring who you are and what you came down here to do is very important. So I've been talking about that a lot in my videos. Now, what came through this time when I was channeling the information was it's about love for Gaia. So when I talk of Gaia, I'm talking about Mother Nature. I'm talking about the planet, Earth that we live on. This love that we are going to be creating for Mother Nature this new moon is going to be creating a shift within the collective consciousness whereby we start to love each other a little bit more. Now, obviously, to be able to love each other a little bit more, we need to see people being mean to each other. So do not be surprised at first when you start loving a little bit more of Mother Nature and loving people that are in and around you. Please don't be surprised that some assholes come out, whether they're from the past or whether they're business people or whether it's family members. Do not be surprised, and I'm sorry to use that word, but it's the best way to describe, so you know the kind of people I'm talking about. People are going to challenge you. It's about you proving to the universe, you proving to yourself, you proving to God that no matter what anybody says, you are going to hold your own. You are going to continue to love one another. You are going to continue to love your planet. So my recommendation would be get out there, get bare feet, go out into nature every day, go to the ocean if you can, get up into the mountains, go to the lakes, like do whatever you need to do, but recognize that this love for the planet on which we live needs to be taken to a whole new level now so that we can absolutely evolve into much higher levels of consciousness. Now, talking of evolution, the human, the man, the woman is going through a massive transformational evolution right now. We are basically ditching our old skin suit and we are stepping into a new version of us. So it's a critical point. It's a critical point. And I'm going to be honest with you. The word that I kept getting when I was talking about the 22nd of March was zombie apocalypse. So this is it. This is about shedding the old. This is about releasing everything that is no longer attached to you and stepping into the new version, and recognizing how easy it is that you're like, oh, I just need to go back there. Like I was talking about, it's very easy to step back into discomfort because it's much more comfortable. The familiar past is much more comfortable than the unknown future. You need those words to be ringing through your head. It's very, very important right now. Do you want a new version of you? Do you want to step into that godlike version of you? Do you want to step into your angelic version, the version of you that doesn't have all of the nonsense and the bullshit that is surrounding you, the one that is pure, the one that is clear, the one that recognizes what is going on around you? And you can catch yourself before you say those words, or you can catch yourself before you get triggered, or you can catch yourself, you know, before you are starting to feel feisty, as I was talking about at the beginning of this video. The last point, I believe, that I channeled for this new moon, do not be surprised that destruction and collapse will be taking place over the next couple of weeks. That could be relationships, that could be your home life, that could be your career, that could be the financial system, that could be absolutely anything. Destruction and collapse is going to be taking place, because it's only when we collapse things that we can rebirth things. We are going through a physical transformation. The man, the woman is going through a rebirth process. We cannot be reborn unless we step into our truth and recognize we have to shed all of the old snake skin to be able to step into this rebirthed, more beautiful, peaceful, calming energy that we all know that we've got within us, and that it's been hidden from us for a very long time. Ladies and gents, that's the information for the new moon on the 21st of March 2023. I'm going to give you an exercise to be able to just neutralize and bring the energies in. So quickly run off, grab yourself a piece of paper and a pen and come back to me, and I will give you the new moon exercise. Okie dokie, welcome back. Let's crack on with this new moon exercise. So as always, step number one is to sage your aura. Now, you can use sage, you can use Palo Santo, you can use salts, you can use incense, you can use essential oils, you can use whatever it is that you like. But the way that you do this is literally just cast your smudging tool of choice around your energy field, which is around you. And as you do this, I am setting the intention to remove anything that is holding me back from the winter. I'm removing all of the stagnant energy that has been stuck to me so I can step into spring. Step number two, exactly the same with your space. Now, because we are stepping from winter into spring, open all of the windows and give it a good sage or a Palo Santo, or like I say, incense or whatever. And just ask the energy to be gone. No more stagnant winter, sleepy, hibernation mode. Like, let's get ourselves activated and bounce into spring. Okay, so this new moon exercise is going to be very much about setting intentions. So I would like you to grab a piece of paper, and the first thing I would like you to do is write down, what do you love about spring? Now, this could be anything. This could be, I love watching the baby ducklings, or I love the smell of the grass as it's coming through or starting to be cut again, or, whatever that looks like to you, use that. Also, if you're anything like me, I love the fact that we're getting longer days. I love the fact that the sun is in the sky, and the skies are blue. Like, whatever it looks like to you, I want you to write down on a piece of paper, what do you love about spring? Once you've explored that and you've done that, I would like you to write down what goals you choose to set for the next period of your life. So if you set a New Year's resolution and you failed miserably, maybe go back to that. Why did you fail miserably? Look at your habits and align them with your goals. This is really important. We are stepping into a whole new vibration, energetically, physically, and spiritually, as I've explained earlier in this video. So now is the time for you to write down and actually set yourself some targets. So for example, it might be, I'm going to declutter my house. I'm going to, get rid of all of the old clothes that no longer fit me. I'm going to go and give them to a charity so that I can help other people. I am going to, by June of this year, I'm going to move into my new house in like whatever the intentions look like for your life. If you're single, maybe you're going to be setting yourself a target that by the end of the summer, you've got a partner, or whatever that looks like to you. Write down your goals, and you can have 1,000 if you want to, but just make sure that they have a lot of clarity. Once you have done that, the next step will be to drop into a meditation. Now, I'm going to recommend that you go into meditation for 22 minutes, because that's my favorite number, whilst you do this. And what I need you to do is think about the goals that you've set. Think about the feeling that you will feel as you've achieved them. That feeling as you feel it, allow yourself to cry or allow yourself to get really excited. I've got an intention that I've been setting over the last few days, and I just get to this point and I see the image and I just have this overwhelming like surge of love just wave up through my body, and then I go and imprint that in the quantum field. So that's the exercise for you to be doing during the meditation. Okay, if you want music on, put music on. If you want whatever, candles burning or any of that good stuff, please do that. But I want you to feel that vibration in your body, literally allow it to vibrate, and then you go wow, and we imprint that in the quantum field. Okay, that is the exercise. Feel the goals, feel the intentions, imprint them in the quantum field. That feeling of winning, that feeling of achieving it, just imprint it in the quantum field. Once you've done your 22 minutes of meditation, come back to your room and read through your goal list. And as you read them, allow yourself to feel that feeling, because what you're then doing is you're communicating with the quantum field. You are communicating with the fact that I've imprinted this and this is where it is. So we're pulling it together, and then we can feel it and call it in even more. Once you've done that, ladies and gents, I do believe that your new moon exercise will be complete. Now, if you do this correctly, you will all be thanking me a lot for the fact that by the end of this year, the end of 2023, you're all going to have achieved everything that will be on your list. Ladies and gents, thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one.